Inside Out 2 has been a huge success. It's now the highest grossing digital movie ever, beating the previous number 1, Frozen 2, by a whole $200 million. It is by far the most successful animated movie as of now. But fortunately or not, success doesn't always correlate with quality. A great example of that is the previously mentioned Frozen 2, which is, how do I put this lightly, garbage. Reviewing it is a topic for another day. Probably the day the third part comes out. But in short, the second part was unnecessary and boring. Did the same dire situation happen with Inside Out 2? Does it suffer from being a sequel? And how does it compare to the first part? Well, let's find out. Alright, let's keep a score to track who's winning. And I also think this will make the video a little bit more interesting. Oh yeah, the most complicated and simplest topic at the same time. The easiest way to deal with it would be saying that the story in both movies is the same, thus the sequel loses this point. That's an option. Just kidding, let's go more in depth. The sequel is more complex. It has more characters, it's adding more stuff, and it's more unpredictable. There is no villain or antagonist in the first Inside Out, but there may be one in its sequel. Anxiety's actions seem to be sensible, but they end up being destructive, so it's kind of vague. Anyway, I like the rivalry between Joy and Anxiety. The clash of different interests has always been more compelling to me. Now, in the original, the main storyline occurs due to the circumstances, and some people being dumb. It all could be prevented. Thus, it feels far-fetched. The sequel, as it's portrayed, would happen anyway. Unless this dude wasn't so goddamn big. The second part is also much more logical. It actually makes sense in real life. Like, you probably don't see children driving away from their home into nothingness just because it's not that good. Acting not like yourself and trying to fit into a group of random people you find cool and you'll have to spend a good chunk of your life with unless you don't want to be alone is a lot more common. Waiting for someone to disagree in the comments. Nonetheless, as I mentioned both before and in this video, the skeleton of the story is highly alike in both movies. I'm not gonna lie, I've had a deja vu while watching the sequel. Basically, the stories can be broken down into everything's cool. Some steep change occurs in Riley's life. Some emotions are thrown away into Riley's mind. They're wandering around trying to get back. Joy gets depressed. Riley's on the precipice of getting into something really bad. Emotions get back and fix everything last minute. And that's about it! They really just copied the plotline, made some changes to it, and thought that was good enough. And I've heard that take a lot of times from different people. So it's pretty obvious. Though the plotline itself technically doesn't get worse because of that, and it's still better on its own. Whatever, I'll give it to the sequel, but that's arguable. Oh yeah, spoilers by the way. Well, that's fairly simple. Inside Out 2 wins in every single category with no difficulty. It's actually incredible how much better it looks. Well, maybe incredible is the wrong word, because such a huge difference is not only due to Pixar spending $200 million in using new technologies on the sequel, but also due to the original really lacking. I've never actually liked how it looked. It's bland, it lacks contrast, and even sharpness. It looks so unsaturated to me that when I made this video, I actually applied a filter, and it worked great for the one scene I was looking at. But then I saw this. Lesson learned. Never apply hard filters anywhere. I still feel it could be fixed a little with some filters, but considering there were already movies that looked better at the time, and Pixar spent plenty of money, it seems like the visuals were supposed to be like that. Who knows? They also changed the aspect ratio from 16:9 to 2.39:1 for some reason. Reddit, help me please. Get out of here. Anyway, here's a little comparison.
Go crazy.
There are many more dynamic scenes in the sequel. The original lacks them so much that I could barely scrape together like 10 seconds for this video's outro. Overall, Inside Out 2 is probably the best looking movie as of now. They truly did amazing work. And I think I should move on. This is also fairly simple. The only memorable pieces from the first part are the main theme and this one. The second part has this climax piece. It also uses the same main theme and has some cool rock music. Yeah, I guess the second part wins, and I hope there's not gonna be much contention about that. How do you judge the characters that are exactly the same? You don't. Well, there are a bunch of new ones, and the other bunch is missing. From the old one, I never liked this guy. He's just ass, and then he sacrifices himself, and no one ever mentions him afterwards. It's like Pixar is going all out to show how much they don't care about him. There are also these guys that are never ever remembered about. May you rest in peace. You were not needed anyway. So the new people are actually quite good. Though there's still this weird gimmick where Riley's emotions are like the base ones, and the emotions of others inherit their looks. But yeah, the people are cool, the interactions between them are fairly interesting and real, and they're built pretty well. Interestingly, Pixar shifted the focus from interactions with parents to interactions with peers, just like it happens in real life. It's not necessarily good or bad, it's just what happened, just like it happens in real life. Honestly, the way Riley's interactions are shown through the eyes of her emotions is probably one of the best aspects of both movies. Sometimes, these scenes are just absolutely godly, like this, or this one.
Bruh.
The way they prevent Joy and the crew from getting to headquarters, thus stopping the movie from ending 30 minutes early by creating obstacles tied to Riley's emotional or behavioral state, is also worth praising. Take a look at this for example. Here, JDFA are floating down this river. They're about to get to headquarters and stop anxiety, but it's only 45 minutes into the movie.
Oh, call anonymous.
You call anonymously!
They know me. They know my voice. They'll know me. Please, you gotta do it for me.
Wait a minute. But it's only 45 minutes into the movie. So, simultaneously, Riley starts using sarcasm for the first time, and the path collapses, turning into the sarcasm abyss. And justifiably, it takes longer for our crew to arrive and kick anxiety's ass.
Take that, you stupid. Yeah, welcome to
Inside Out 2.
Bada boom.
And yeah, this is the sole concept that keeps the runtime at the level it is. And it's done equally good in both cases. The Abyss scene itself is one of the most memorable pieces of both movies. It's not in the trailer for no reason, I'll tell you that.
This is joy.
And lastly, there are the main characters, which are kinda the same here and there. Although maybe they're a little bit more mature in the sequel, not really that significant. The key difference is the way they interact with each other. So you see, in the first part, a good half of the movie is joy and sadness wandering around, while the other three emotions are destroying all of the common sense in Riley's head. So in the sequel, instead of having two groups of main emotions, each the size of 2 to 3, where one is trying to get back and fix everything and the other is doing mind-numbing we now have two groups of main emotions, each the size of 4 to 5, where one is trying to get back and fix everything and the other is doing mind-numbing yeah. All jokes aside... What jokes? There are no jokes, this is truth. The second case actually allows for more creative situations to occur. There are some absolutely insane scenes. I don't even know how they came up with those. Like this one, for example.
You don't know. You know why you don't know? Because you don't think. That's why. You don't think. You never figured out how to think, did you?
And in the end, it turned out to be more entertaining. So the winner is pretty clear here. In the end, it should be obvious that the second part is just better. It's as good as or better than the first in every aspect of quality, except originality. And that is the funny thing. Inside Out 2 is essentially the same movie as Inside Out 1, but better. Does the sequel deserve its success? I guess, sure. It's a great movie that anyone can enjoy, and it's definitely better than Frozen 2 in every regard. So there is that. But that's just my opinion. Everyone can be wrong, and I'm no exception. So what do you think? Is the sequel actually that good? Or is it simply bright enough to attract the attention of millions of kids and their parents? Is it a mere hollow copy of the original that doesn't even need to exist? Or maybe the first part itself wasn't even that good to begin with? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you later! Okay, the trailer. What?